Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, I'm Stoshi Sean. Glad to be hanging out with you. Glad you're here. Before the video gets started, I just want to do a little intro about John, about the video. It's made up of clips of times that I have interviewed John, and actually just did an interview with Janice, his wife, which you can check that out. It's just a couple videos back. It's on the screen there. But I just keep thinking of that age-old adage that you don't know what you have till it's gone. And it's been about a little over a year since John passed away. I don't believe he committed suicide at all. I'm sure he was Epsteined. But that's a different video. As like I said, it's made up of clips of times that I talked to John on camera. There's a couple clips too that are not mine. One's a friend of mine from Crypto Tonight. Because they would always get, it's the only place he would get more wild than with me is over there. Also, there's a speech there at the end that he was on the Dragon Chain. My friend of mine, Joe Rotes, was interviewing him. And it's just an amazing speech about America and people. And I threw that in there. But there's a lot of laughs and but a lot of wisdom. He would say crazy stuff and mess with me all the time, like getting a rise out of me. But and then he would just throw down wisdom that would be really profound. He was a pioneer. He invented so many things and did so much. He was a very brilliant guy. But I consider him a friend. He was a friend. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Please crush the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. I try to be entertaining and informative, and if I can't be informative, at least I'm trying to be entertaining. So you guys take care and enjoy the video. Hey John, how you doing?
All right, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm on to you, buddy.
The last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas, was the most charismatic Tsar ever to have appeared in the Russian dynasty. Nikolai Lenin, now you don't think he had a personality. You don't think he had charisma. Believe me, he did. It was just so subtle. And it was just far enough above the Tsar that he won. Absolutely. Personality destroys personality. It's always this
way. Also, I know you, and you fuck with me more than you fuck with anyone else. I've watched you. You talk to other people. You're on your best behavior. You're nice. With me, hey, can I shoot up some heroin, Sean?
Well, because you can take it, you know. Fuck me.
Yeah.
there are a few who can, and when I find somebody who can, I like to fuck with them. All right.
Yeah.
But you kids always bitching about shit.
Do you mind if I smoke, sir?
No, of course not.
Do you mind if I drink?
No, not at all.
Do you mind if I shoot up heroin on camera?
See, well, here's the problem with human nature. If we all became open enough that we accepted everything, okay, including donkey fucking, for fuck's sake, there'd be wars between donkey fuckers and chicken fuckers, right? This would be the problem. We're still human. So the donkey fucking war is still going on in South America. Bombs in all of the stables. And, no, I mean, seriously.
But I have a small personality and a small amount of charisma and a lot of heroin. That's all you need.
I don't know if you've heard about Elizabeth Warren.
I'm pulling your leg, my friend, just so you know.
I know. You're just messing with me. That's cool. I'm messed with by John McAfee. It's kind of surreal. But now the reason you fled to Cuba is interesting. You were in the Bahamas last time we talked.
Yes, 10 days ago I was in the Bahamas, as a matter of fact.
And you were there because they could not extradite you for what the U.S. was after you for income tax evasion, because the Bahamas have no income tax. So you can't be extradited from a country that you haven't violated something that's their law. So what exactly happened to make you flee Cuba?
Okay, well, keep in mind, I've been in computer security my entire life, and for 10 years after I started McAfee, the antivirus company, Anonymous and all the world hackers were my enemy. I was out, they were writing viruses, and I was out, trying to catch them, and did catch many of them. Over the years, all that changed. Anonymous, when I finally realized that they wanted to, they basically are promoting freedom and privacy, and so I went rogue. Not really rogue. I just realized that not. Yeah. So 2 days before I left, I got word that the United States was planning on an extradition from the Bahamas, but instead of tax evasion, it had added murder, money laundering, and racketeering, whatever racketeering is. And in order to make the Bahamas extradite me, and then when I got to the States, the plan was to drop those other charges and go ahead and prosecute me for IRS charges. I mean, the government does this all the time. They're really sneaky people. But anyway, so I left. I'm here in Cuba. It's sort of my last resort. I do not think that Cuba will extradite me to America under any circumstances. They never have extradited anyone, especially since the American government is now strangling the Cuban economy even more.
You know what was strange about Spain? It wasn't the spookiness of friends getting arrested for standing on the beach in the morning, or standing on a balcony just trying to get some fucking sun. No, that wasn't strange. What was strange is that everybody stayed inside, and the one thing they could do, which is go to the supermarket and buy food and at least go, oh, another human being, other than my fucking husband, who I was just about to divorce and may have to live with forever now. No. Instead of that grocery store, that supermarket being, and I went every goddamn day, people. Well, I'm an old man, I need to eat. I got no refrigerator, that was my story. They bought it. I did not get arrested. We got stopped. Nevertheless, the supermarkets were virtually empty. The first day I asked the checkout clerk in my broken Spanish, Señora, es nadie aquí. ¿Dónde está la gente? And she goes, it's peligroso. It's dangerous to be out of your house. There were no runs on milk. I'm getting hundreds of messages and DMs every day going, oh, yes, but this is way more serious, and this virus is spreading exponentially. By whose goddamn statistics? Why don't you go to Johns Hopkins, for example, the only one that's not owned by either the U.S. or the UN? Their statistics say, well, this virus is fucking flat. And it is. It started off on a curve, and it just goddamn died out. And it's been sort of barely fucking surviving. 10,000 people in 5 months.
But what people see is the reaction to it, and the reaction to it is different than anything else in history.
Well, yes, because our governments are making it happen. Who is telling us it's bad? Is it your next door neighbor who knows 400 people personally who died? No. It's our goddamn government. People, wake up. Wake up. Now, if you trust our government as honest, fair, principled individuals. And please God, I'm wrong. If, however, you see government as something that is the least trustworthy thing in the world, it's telling you, oh my God, you're all going to die unless you follow my orders. Stay inside. That's what I did for goddamn week. You can't touch other people. That's what I did for goddamn week outside. You only have one person per car. Well, I broke that rule. You can only go to the grocery store or the hospital. Well, fortunately, I'm an old man without a refrigerator, so I got to shop every day. Why? I want to see what the fuck is going on. I don't want to hear it from the goddamn news, which is the mouthpiece of the propaganda arm of governments worldwide, people. So there.
And
I'm sorry to get so serious with you.
I've been in this business my entire life. You can't keep a secret anymore. Right? Whether you're an individual or whether you're in the darkest bowels of the CIA, such things as secrets don't exist. I mean, the science of hacking is so profoundly far ahead of the science of protection, especially since 90% of everything is social engineering now. You cannot prevent a social engineering hack if you have people involved in something. We all fall for something. For the right woman, for the right man, for the right money, for the right food, because someone has kidnapped our children and chopped off an ear and sent it to us. Please God, we live in a real world where nothing is safe and nothing is protected, and there are no more secrets.
You are entrapped in what Dwight Eisenhower called the military-industrial complex. It is a slave organization designed to make you believe that you're getting up at 6 in the morning, getting dressed, having breakfast with your family, commuting an hour to work, spending 9 hours in a windowless, airless, artificially lit office 5 days a week for the rest of your fucking life. They want you to believe that's not slavery. If, in fact, that's what you want to be doing, then more power to you. But I can't imagine it. Wouldn't you rather be making love to your spouse, taking a walk in the woods, doing art, building something, creating something? You don't have to be in the slave trade to exist and survive. And they are so clever, they make you believe that you want it. You compete for the higher paying jobs, which keeps you more enslaved in terms of time. Wake up, America, please God.
Let's assume that America, whoever runs America, the CIA, Donald Trump, probably not. The CIA calls presidents transients, so probably not Trump, but someone in the CIA runs America. And they want the populace, all 400 million of us, to lockstep in line. That's what makes America powerful. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941, every American citizen to a person jumped in line and said no, and we kicked everybody's ass, did we not? 4 years later, this is what America is. But what if, instead of jumping in the line of no, we won't have it, but jumping in the line of, oh my God, I'm terrified, save me. And the government says, I can, but you got to stay in your house. Maybe forever, because it might be that this is the beginning of biological warfare, and the Chinese are trying to kill us all. Meanwhile, the coronavirus is a fucking nothing, people. Run the goddamn numbers. Less than 10,000 fucking infections in 5 months. When in that same period of time, diarrhea has killed 600,000 children. Children alone, look it up on Google. And the flu has killed over 600,000 people. And we've got something that's killed less than 10. Oh, save us from it. Save us from it. Fuck you people who are asleep. My children, if I could reach through this screen and grab you by the throats, I would wake your ass up, because you are giving up the only thing that life is worth living for, and that is freedom.
Government is mainly made up of, old people, and that's really who this virus hit. So I thought that may be part of the reason why they're so nervous about it.
I'm 74. I mean, if you do not consider me an old person, you less than 62-year-old prevaricator.
You're not the average 72-year-old guy, though, John. Not
Or
by
74. Let me give me the
74.
full credit I deserve.
Not
No,
by a long
no.
shot.
I'm licking the handles of grocery carts, for fuck's sake, to show people that there is no goddamn problem. Lick the soles of my fucking shoes. I'll do it for you right fucking now.
You're gonna get the Hershey squirts at least, dude. Don't do that.
Oh, bullshit. You young kids, stop buying bullshit. My shoe I just took off.
There's the
I
thumbnail.
promise you, I will get nothing from this. You young kids are so frightened of the world. Who are the healthiest people? The kids who ate dirt when they were children. Because their immune system goes, whoa, fuck me, we gotta wake up. You kids isolated from germs and dirt and scum. Well, fuck me, you die early.
The United States has been have a boycott of Cuba and even a blockade from time to time. They currently are now not allowing cruise ships in, which is so strange. These cruise ships, the companies are located in foreign countries, not America, and yet America tells them, no, you may not go to Cuba. This is how insane this is.
Right now, it doesn't matter because you don't have any choice. You are provided two candidates, both of them equally as compulsive, greedy, and corrupt as the other. Does it matter? No, we have to solve one problem first. Our government lies to us constantly. We get nothing but disinformation filtered from the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, all 17 or all 14 covert government agencies, prettily packaged by politicians into some pablum that they expect us to buy, eat, and believe. And most of us do. We need, and by the way, that same government, which keeps all of its secrets from us, spies on us, its citizens, constantly. Do you realize that is the sign of an insane government? When it looks to its own citizens as the threat to their existence, and we fucking should be. They work for us. Do you understand this? They are our fucking servants. When is the last time you have been served by one of your servants? I bet you never have.
Been a while.
It's gone insane. It has got to stop. We have to get truth from our government, and it's got to stop spying on us before we can do anything else.
What is it that dictators, princes, kings, queens, emperors, prime ministers, presidents, what is it they truly want? They want ultimate power. Not over the world, because first you have to get ultimate power over the 400 million people who make up your country, or however many millions it is, at least 400. Well, no one's ever achieved that holy grail of dictatorship, of totalitarian government, so graphically described by George Orwell in the novel 1984. That level of totalitarian government is at the fingertips of world leaders right now at this fucking moment. Because what does it take to gain absolute control? It takes the creation of absolute fear. Let's assume that America, whoever runs America, the CIA, Donald Trump, probably not. The CIA calls presidents transients, so probably not Trump. But someone in the CIA runs America, and they want the populace, all 400 million of us, to lockstep in line. That's what makes America powerful. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941, every American citizen to a person jumped in line and said no. And we kicked everybody's ass, did we not? 4 years later, this is what America is. But what if, instead of jumping in the line of no, we won't have it, but jumping in the line of, oh my God, I'm terrified, save me, my children, if I could reach through this screen and grab you by the throats, I would wake your ass up, because you are giving up the only thing that life is worth living for, and that is freedom. Oh, fuck me. Holy shit. You have no idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask away.
Of a virus that has infected virtually every country in the world. What are the two countries having problems? China, in a walled-off city that none can verify the information coming out of, and Italy, which coincidentally, and has nothing to do with anything, is the home of the Vatican. Well, that's conspiracy theory number 3. That it's not America and the Chinese that shook hands, but the Vatican and the Chinese. That's why I put it number 3. But I truly believe that the number 2 slot does belong to China, going, I've had it. I'm economically destroying every other country on the planet. Well, okay, you've got the power now, don't you? And they do. That's number 2. Number 3, I just don't see. And it's because maybe I'm old and my mind is frozen. I don't see the Pope sitting down. Oh, wait a minute, with the Chinese. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to answer this extraordinarily truthfully and deep. I don't know if any of you know or have heard of Werner Herzog, one of the greatest of the German directors, in a movie called Agera, The Wrath of God. In German, it's Der Zorn Gottes, which just means the wrath of God. And in this scene, there's a Catholic priest, because keep in mind, the Catholic Church has their fingers in all of Earth's affairs. So a priest is accompanying, this is all true, Pizarro's expedition in South America. And there is a problem where because it's pretty clear the aristocracy in Spain and Portugal are simply not strong enough to create and monitor and control a world 12,000 miles away. That was the truth of it. So the priest, at some point, where the wife of the ambassador, this is a true fucking story, goes to the priest and says, please help us. And the priest says, you must understand, my child, that the church is always on the side
Of those in
of
power.
the power of those in power. Now, when Werner Herzog put that in Der Zorn Gottes, then I knew that he at least thought that meant something. And I started thinking, I go, Well, fuck yes. How else do you become the most powerful entity on the planet, which is the goddamn Vatican? If you don't know that, then you need to delve into history, people. The most powerful entity on the planet could only have become that powerful by aligning with the powerful. Duh. Now, how difficult is that Boolean algebra? Not much. Not much. So, which is why I give it credence. The Vatican, because, listen, the Vatican do not reach out to anyone. You reach out to the doorway to God, which is the Vatican. So the Chinese, the Vatican received from the Chinese a request for an audience. Some slick motherfucker, probably elderly, probably speaking 35 goddamn languages and speaking Italian and Latin fluently without accents, shows up and goes, Your Grace, do I have an idea for you? Yeah, that's a good one. I've seen nothing in that scenario which the facts do not support. I mean, who are the two countries? Italy and China together are 98% of all cases on the goddamn planet. Well, my math goes, ooh, I might consider this to be important, but not important enough to put them in number 1 slot or even a number 2 slot. However, I've got them in number 3 slot as a possible conspiracy theory. Whoa. Whoa, baby. America's not the government, people. The America is you. It is the Grand fucking Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, the deserts of the Southwest, the Pacific fucking Ocean, the Atlantic fucking Ocean. It is the grandest continent. And what the fuck have you people done? You have turned yourself into sheep, every goddamn one of you. Oh, fuck me. Holy shit. You have no idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Great guys, by the way. I recommend them as one of the more fun shows on Twitter. They let me shoot up heroin, for example. So
I'm sorry about the not letting you shoot up heroin, man. I really am.
It's okay.
I'm such a prude.
Okay. The important thing to remember is politics is all about the same thing everything in life is about, which is love. If you love yourself and you love your fellow man, I'm not shooting it up, I'm just getting ready for it. If you love yourself and you love your fellow man, then you do things properly with your heart, in full synchronization with your mind. Things like greed, anger, hostility, they diminish rapidly. We need people in the White House and every aspect of our government who do not want to be there. If someone wants to be president, fuck me, he's the wrong man, the wrong woman. If they want to be a congressman, they're the wrong one. Why the fuck are we putting people in who pay millions of dollars to become president? No, grab some poor bastard that you know has a heart and you know is smart and you know would not fuck a single person over. And you drag his sorry ass kicking and screaming into the White House and you put armed guards at that door and you make him stay there for 4 fucking years. That's the only thing that's going to fix this country. Please, don't you see it? If you want it, you are fucking corrupt before you start. Why would you want to serve 400 sorry-ass million people? I wouldn't. No one in their right mind would. There are those, however, who do sacrifice. Hey, guys, hold on. We need to find those willing to sacrifice for the common good. not those willing to pay hundreds of millions of dollars sometimes to grab a piece of office to have power. Fuck no. Good God. Wake up, America. That's 2 drinks right there. And I will see you guys later, okay? I got to start on tune. Right?
It was great talking to you, man. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.